Hi, and welcome to another lesson in our SOLIDWORKS training tutorials. In the next few lessons, we'll have a look at assembly features, smart fasteners, and smart components. So let's get into it. Before starting this lesson, I want you to pop up here to add-ins. Come down here and in Toolbox Library, just make sure you've got this checked, and you can check this one at startup. Now you might see that the load time might slow down when you pop this on, so you can just uncheck it. So if I uncheck utilities on that 30-second slowdown won't happen the next time on me. So if I click OK on that, and that's all you need to do just at the startup. Okay, so if you open up Lesson 3 Case Study folder, and inside there you'll find Machine Vice. And what we're going to do is we're going to pre-select this face so we can get a 2D sketch, not a 3D sketch. And if I come in here to Assembly Features, we get a whole series. So if I select that one, you see we get this point selected, and come along here, we're looking the whole position. We're going to create a new hole or use existing holes. We're creating a new hole in this, and it's in this face. And don't worry about that size of that hole just a minute. We're going to set that ourselves. So just default to the last one anyway. So click on the 2 points that you required. And then if I just select the construction line, I'm just going to draw a construction line straight up there. And I'm going to then hold down Control and select the 2 points and the construction line and make them symmetrical. And then again, go straight up on my mouse gestures and pop in the dimensions. So that's going to be 40. And this next dimension is 15 millimeters. That's fully defined at that. Escape. Now I can come along to my next part of this, so I can select the actual type of hole. So I'm looking for a countersunk hole. Just make sure you have ANSI metric selected, and it's an M5, and the rest fills in automatically. It's fine. Pop along to the interim plate, and this doesn't affect us because we've just got a first and a last plate, same in this one. So just leave it selected at hole and auto size, so you can jump to the next one then. Come along here then, we're going to select straight tap and bottoming tap M5, and it's a blind hole, and we're going to change this to 10 mil as the depth of drill, which leaves you a 9.2 effective thread. Okay, so select OK on that. And you can see that that hole is actually put in the 2 plates, but the tapped hole goes through the back edge of that. Okay. So next I'm going to insert the 2 screws. So I'm going to insert the smart fasteners. So it's looking for a selection. So select that face there of the countersunk seat. And we're going to add that in. And we pop in a couple of screws. So you see it's a flathead screw, and everything kind of just pops in there automatically for you. Doesn't pop it in there because we don't have a hole in the back plate of that. So I'm just going to accept that. That's our first 2 screws in. So come along to the other side now. I'm just going to spin this around so I can actually see that back plate there. So I'm going to click on the back plate. You could hide that and select that face, but it's kind of much easier and quicker if you just select that face. Then we're going to do again another hole series. And this time, instead of create new hole, we're going to use the existing hole. So we're going to use these 2 existing holes to create our hole series this time. And it's looking for you to select the hole. So that's the hole I want to select. So that's what we're going to use for our whole series. And then we get in and do the same on this. So this first one, again, is predefined by the plate we have. So we don't have to do anything in that. And we don't, again, have to do anything in this middle hole section because we haven't got a middle section plate. But the final one then, we're just going to change this. Instead of a tapped hole, we're going to change it to a clearance hole because we want to put a couple of nuts and washers on the end of this. So we're going to just have the screw coming straight through, and we can pop in a washer and a nut on that. Again, if you don't do this, it'll give you a little bit of a problem. I'll show it to you when I get to it in the placing of the nuts and washers. So boom, click OK on that. And again, Smart Fasteners. Select that surface there, add that in, and you see we get this. Now, if I spin it around, it's got the bolts sticking out slightly, so what we need to do is we need to add in a washer and a nut on that. Now, you won't get this add to bottom, so I was saying if you don't change that from a tapped hole to a clearance hole, you won't see this. So if you're not seeing this option, that's your problem because you haven't changed this to a tapped hole, or from a tapped hole to a clearance hole, sorry. And coming in here, so we're looking for a regular flat washer, and we're going to add in a nut as well, so it's hex nut style 1. And so we got the regular flat washer and nut on there. Click OK, and you've got that, completed that. So if you could give this video a little like, that'd be great, and also subscribe to my channel would be really appreciated. Thank you very much, and hope to see you again.